Broadcast Center in Los Angeles. This is KCAL 9 News at 4.
Still ahead here at 4:30, we're going to hear from the CEO of the Surfrider Foundation about why the sea surge is part of a bigger problem here in California.
Crews along the coast are bracing for potential flooding because of unusually high tides this week. In several areas, they've been shoring up berms and adding sand every day.
And of course, that means lifeguards are urging swimmers to be extra careful right now.
And some experts warn these unusual events along our coast are part of a bigger problem.
Joining us now to give us more insight is Chad Nelsen, CEO of the Surfrider Foundation, an Orange County-based nonprofit dedicated to protecting our oceans and beaches. Chad, thank you so much once again for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Well, first, why do we actually see these unusually high tides happen? And then what's the concern beyond flooding?
Sure. So we have a full moon tonight, and that leads to high tides. You know, the tides are up to 7 feet tonight and this week. And we also have a really solid south swell, so big waves hitting our shoreline. And that combination's causing flooding up and down the Southern California coast. And that's why they're building these sand berms and taking other actions. And what this tells us is that sea level rise is already here, and our coastal communities are already at threat from coastal erosion. And this is going to get a lot worse with climate change. We're expecting up to 6 inches of sea level rise by 2030. And that's going to put millions of beach visits at risk and billions of dollars of public property.
Well, as we've seen this issue affecting coastal communities all across the state, especially here locally, what has been the response from local, state, or even federal officials?
Well, you know, we're doing two things, right? We're responding in the short term by shoring up these berms. Unfortunately, in some cases, we build seawalls, permanent protections, which protect property but destroy the beaches. In the longer term, we really need to start adapting to sea level rise through planning in our coastal communities. And fortunately, California is taking some pretty significant actions to get that started.
Well, Chad, we always hear about, we can all do our part to save the environment. What is something that you believe, something realistic that we can do right now that will actually make a difference?
You know, one of the best things, there's 2 state bills, critical protections for California coastal communities, the Sea Level Rise Revolving Loan Act, which is a state buyout program. You can call your local representatives and tell them to take sea level rise issues seriously. You can also join the Surfrider Foundation. We're doing this work up and down the California coast every single day at surfrider.org.
We've been hearing about this for so long, Chad, and here it is. Once again, in our face, we're definitely seeing what's going on along our coast. Yep. Yeah. Chad Nelsen from the Surfrider Foundation again, thank you for your time and insight this afternoon.
Thank you so much.